Hello Super Traders and welcome back to SuperTrader TV's London Pre-Market Session. Right now we have 24 minutes before the London session is going to start, and I think it is the best time to say good morning, Yaron.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm great because I'm not drinking coffee for the last 1.5 months.
I don't know what you love it. I'm crazy about coffee.
I know.
Without 2 cups of coffee every day, I can't start my day.
But let me remind you something. Take a look at the coffee price. Taking a look at the coffee prices and what we discussed about in the middle of February. Just
remind me what we talked about.
Remember, my throat was.
Yes.
I lost my voice.
You didn't have any voice.
I didn't have any voice. It was terrible, and I just decided that I will stop drinking coffee.
I think you're doing bad commercial to coffee right now. I can do
of course, and I will
the opposite
continue.
way. Coffee is great. No.
Yeah, coffee is great. Okay, of course, it's tasty. From time to time, I drink espresso, especially before our New York espresso
session after
session.
lunch, yes, but
of course.
I'm assuming that what you want to talk about is the fact that coffee has been depreciating lately.
Exactly.
Okay, this is what you want to say.
But we back then, at the middle of February, the coffee prices was slightly above 160.
Wow.
And the future prices, and we said that we are going to sell coffee around 160. It was live show. And we just took the action after the live show, of course. But
and we can
since
see,
then,
yes,
just 2 weeks from the middle of February, it was the point where we decided to sell above 160. It was a great breakdown point. 160 was one of the strongest support level for coffee. And it broke down straightforward to 130.
And I will just tell viewers that coffee depreciated today 0.87%, and its futures value is 142.90.
Correct, and so it was 20% depreciation since I stopped drink coffee.
So what do you think? Can we sell coffee today? Are we going to sell coffee today?
Yes, I think that it means that I consume a lot of coffee, and now it is presented in the market.
Without you as a consumer, coffee is crashing right now.
I'm just kidding. You know that Starbucks is now we have a new system of payment. It's online payment without any cash, and the amount of the transactions are more than $1 billion a year. It's amazing, and we are going to have a new system of currency. We are going to have digital US dollar in the upcoming year. During October, we are going to see a major change in the payment system, and it's going to be very, very interesting to see how it's going to work. And of course, it will have a lot of impact of the US dollar on the US dollar and other currencies worldwide, of course.
If this is going to happen, I need to work with my own money management. Otherwise, I'll spend so much money if it's going to be so easy to spend money.
It's going to be so easy as carrying your mobile phone.
Exactly.
You are going to pay with your mobile phone, and it's just you just go near the terminal, and it charges your account without delivering the entire information. It's just like a token, and then you are delivering. You are putting your phone near the terminal, and that's it. This is how you pay.
So why do you think it's going to influence only the US dollar? If it's going to happen in other markets, so it's going to influence all the currencies.
Yes, but just like everything, it starts in the US, and the major corporates and major corporates are already embracing this technology, including MasterCard, Visa, and some other entities in the market, and it's going to be very, very interesting. It's going to have a lot of impact on the world currencies.
I hope so. So, I mean, all the consumers are going to take it responsibly and not to spend too much, but I would love to hear from you. Right now, we have high volatility in the market, as we mentioned in our top 5 trading tips today. I'm assuming we have some opportunities, some currencies opportunities, one versus the other. I would love to hear from you. What are the assets that we're going to focus on today?
Absolutely. We have great opportunities today, and maybe we are going to sell coffee. Maybe we will take a look at the coffee measurements, the future measurements, and we will take a decision. It looks like another selling opportunity after the last depreciation, correction of more than 10%, and this is the point to look for reverse or pullback or retracement to the downside again.
So coffee is one opportunity that we might have. And I'm going to take you for another commodity, and I know it's your favorite for today. Let's talk about gold. You've mentioned that you're bullish on gold, and we can see that gold depreciated today 0.19%. Its current value in future is 1,182.40. What do you expect is going to happen? I mean, during the near and long future with gold?
Of course, I'm extremely bullish on gold again. After the last depreciation, price depreciation from 1,300 straightforward to 1,150. But after the last FOMC meeting, we have extremely bullish bias on gold. We don't have any interest rate hikes, and the US dollar is depreciating, gold is appreciating. And of course, gold is not only, gold was the asset that everyone ran to when we had fear in the market, and this game is going to remain until we are going to see different asset or different safe haven assets that will replace the gold. But now, as for now, gold is safe haven. It's it's a metal. We know we can actually
it's
hold
an asset that you can have, not only trade with.
Exactly, and the Chinese are buying a lot of gold recently. They are increasing their holding in gold. They are increasing their positions in gold, and we know that the Chinese are will buy more gold during the upcoming weeks and months. And I think that it's a great time to add or to increase our exposure to gold, and we are going to do it in the upcoming weeks.
Good. So as we mentioned, we're going to sell coffee, we're going to buy gold, and now I'm going to take you to indexes. As we mentioned, after the Fed mentioned that they're going to postpone their interest rate hike, since then we can see that the US main indexes have been advancing. The S&P 500, well, right now is consolidating. Do you think we have an opportunity to buy some US main indexes today?
Absolutely. But I have to tell you, this is the best case scenario that could ever happen in the market.
What, the US postponing the interest rate?
Yes, this, for my long-term strategy or my intermediate term strategy, it's the best. It's the best, and I will explain why.
Yes.
First of all, let's go and understand what happened in the last FOMC meeting, and then we can take it into analyzing or forecasting stage. First of all, the Fed is looking at 4 or 5 main economic measurements. Of course, the first one is the job data, and we know that the non-farm payroll and the job participation is improving. But now the Fed has lowered its estimate for long-term unemployment to 5.2%. Currently, it's 5.6, the unemployment rate, but around 5 would be the best case scenario for the Fed.
So the unemployment needs to depreciate, and I'm assuming the employment needs to increase.
Yes, we need improvement. We saw a major improvement in the job data, in the recent job data, and it is increasing. The job participation, of course, is increasing, but not enough. The target of the Fed is between 5 to 5.2 unemployment rate. Currently, we are sitting around 5.6.
Okay.
The other one, of course, if we are going to have more participation in the job data, we are going to see wage inflation, and wage inflation is very important for the economy growth, of course. And this is the second measure that the Fed is looking at. And we have, of course, the inflation.
The inflation. I just asked you before we started today's session, what is the best inflation rate that, for example, the central banks are waiting for that presents their economies might be ready for interest rate hike?
Okay, I wouldn't say what is the best inflation rate. I would talk about the target of the Fed.
Okay.
And the inflation target of the Fed is around 2%, and we are far away from this measure right now. We saw the last PCE print, and we saw the core CPI and the CPI coming in a bit worse than expected, and we are not there yet. It's not. We are far away from the Fed target, and the Fed would like to see the inflation moves towards 2%, and this is the point where there will probably where we will probably see interest rate hikes.
All the five events have to happen for the Fed to start talking about the timing for interest rate hike?
Correct. It's all about it's all about economy, and it's not about only one measure. It's the entire picture of the economy, and which is not strong enough in order to start tightening. Monetary.
But this can take a while. It can take a while.
Of course.
Everything is going to be in line of the Fed expectations.
Of course, that's why Yaron maintained the interest rate intact, and she said that she will postpone it a bit until we will see the best or the expected economic measurements. Okay. And I think she did the right thing. She knows what she's talking about. She would like to see improvement, and that's how it works.
Yes, this is how strong economy, I think, actually, as you mentioned, works. Right now, as we mentioned, we have some commodities that we're going to sell, buy, and we're also going to trade with indexes today.
Correct.
But before we're going to talk about currencies, and I would love to see the Market Outlook panel, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we will continue to talk about today's trading opportunities. Stay tuned.